All right, today we're diving into something really cool, a place where two massive worlds collide. We're talking about Bittensor, a project that's trying to take the economic playbook of Bitcoin and apply it directly to the crazy world of artificial intelligence.
I mean, seriously, what if Bitcoin and AI had a baby? It sounds a little out there, right? But it's actually the perfect way to think about this. Picture taking that core idea from Bitcoin, that scarcity, that powerful incentive system that made it so revolutionary, and instead of using it to create digital money, you use it to build, well, a global decentralized brain. And yeah, that's pretty much what you'd get. You'd get something that looks a lot like Bittensor. At its heart, it's a decentralized system, a protocol that's built to be this huge, open marketplace for machine intelligence. And you gotta understand, this isn't just another crypto project. The ambition here is way bigger. It's about creating a whole new economic engine to power the future of AI.
Okay, so to really get this, let's put them side by side. You know Bitcoin, right? Its big idea was proof of work. Computers grind away solving complex puzzles to secure the network, and in return, they create digital gold. Bittensor flips that script. It uses something called proof of intelligence. Here, it's not about raw computing power, it's about who contributes the most valuable AI. The asset isn't digital gold, it's the marketplace for intelligence itself.
So that begs the question, right? How does this whole proof of intelligence thing actually work under the hood? Let's peel back the layers and look at the engine that makes Bittensor tick. Okay, so this is the key. Proof of intelligence is a totally different way of thinking. Bitcoin rewards pure raw computing power, brute force. Bittensor, it's designed to reward quality. It's all about finding and rewarding the best, most useful AI models. It's basically a meritocracy, but for machines. The best AI wins, period.
And this is how it all comes together in a continuous loop. It's actually pretty elegant. Step 1, you've got miners who bring their AI models and the computing power to run them. Step 2, you've got validators, who are basically the quality control. They test and rank all those models. And finally, step 3, the network automatically hands out the rewards, the TAO tokens, based on how well those models performed. Simple as that. And what you get from that loop is pretty amazing. You get this constantly evolving, super competitive marketplace. The whole system is designed to incentivize improvement. It's always pushing these AI models to get smarter, faster, and more useful. And the best part? There's no single company in charge. No Google, no OpenAI pulling the strings. But it's not just miners and validators. The ecosystem is actually a bit more complex than that. There are a few different ways you can participate, and everyone has a different role to play. So let's break down who's who in the Bittensor zoo. So here's how the tokens get split. It's pretty straightforward. The miners, the ones providing the AI, get 41%. The validators, the ones checking the work, also get 41%. So that's an even split right down the middle. That last 18%, that goes to a group called subnet owners. Think of them as the ones who create these specialized little mini marketplaces for specific AI jobs inside the bigger network. And here's a closer look at what everyone actually does. Miners, they're the producers, the AI creators. Validators are the referees, the quality control. And they have to stake their own TAO to even participate, so they have skin in the game. Subnet owners are like the architects, designing these specific arenas, say one just for image generation, or another just for financial analysis. And then there's one more role, delegators. These are basically regular folks who own TAO and can delegate or stake it with a validator they trust. In return, they get a cut of the rewards, kind of like earning interest for helping secure the network. And this is a really, really important point about the whole philosophy here. There was no pre-mine, no ICO, no special deals for venture capitalists. Every single TAO token that exists had to be earned by actually participating and contributing value to the network. The whole idea is to make sure that everyone's incentives are aligned with the long-term health of the project. Okay, so now we get to the main event, the reason we're talking about all this right now, because just like Bitcoin, Bittensor has a ticking clock built into its code, a scarcity mechanism, and the very first halving is coming up fast. So as of today, the Bittensor network churns out 7,200 new TAO tokens every single day. That's the current reward rate that gets split among all those participants we just talked about. But that number isn't going to last forever. It's programmed to change. And this isn't a one-off thing.
The first halving is set for December 2025, right when the total supply of tokens hits 10.5 million. And after that, it's going to happen again and again, roughly every 4 years, just like Bitcoin. It creates these predictable supply shocks all the way until we hit that final fixed cap of 21 million tokens. The whole mechanism is beautifully simple, but incredibly powerful. A halving does exactly what it sounds like. It cuts the rate of new tokens being created in half. Boom, just like that. It's an automated economic policy baked right into the code, and it's designed to make TAOs scarcer and scarcer over time, especially if demand for the network's AI keeps going up. So let's look at the raw numbers. After that halving in 2025, that daily reward pool gets slashed in half. It drops from 7,200 TAO per day all the way down to just 3,600. All of a sudden, everyone in the ecosystem is fighting for a slice of a much smaller pie. That is a huge economic shock to the system.
Now, of course, it's not all sunshine and roses. A project this ambitious is going to have some serious challenges and risks. So to be fair, we have to take a look at the other side of the coin, the potential headwinds that Bittensor is facing.
This gives you a great visual of where we are right now. The total supply is capped at 21 million, and we're getting really close to that 10.5 million mark that triggers the first halving. Think about that for a second. It means that almost half of all the TAO that will ever exist is already out there, before this first major supply shock even happens. Okay, let's get real about the risks. First, centralization. Even with that fair launch, some data suggests that a big chunk of the supply, maybe over 60%, is held by insiders. That kind of goes against the whole decentralized vibe. Second, volatility. The token's price is glued to the AI hype train, so it can swing wildly. And finally, there's a big unlock coming. About $1 billion worth of tokens for early contributors are going to become available, which could put a lot of selling pressure on the market. But even with all those risks, you can't deny that the goal here is absolutely massive. We're not just talking about being another successful crypto project. The end game for Bittensor is to become the global, decentralized backbone for all artificial intelligence, a neutral foundation that anyone, anywhere can use and build upon. Which really just leaves us with the billion-dollar question, doesn't it? What we're watching here is a live experiment happening right at the crazy intersection of crypto and AI. This first halving isn't just a date on a calendar, it's a massive stress test for the whole system. So, will a decentralized AI marketplace like this actually become the foundation for our digital future, or will it just fizzle out as a cool niche experiment? Only time will tell.